So, Shiloh, before we begin, I want to convey my utmost gratitude for taking the time to do this now since Bill is currently unable to sit with me. I feel there is a rich musical history here at the Alley Music Studios that more people should get to hear, and we hope to get the word out that places like this still exist. I hope this material serves as a significant reminder of the history that took place here and the impact that both you and Bill have on the music scene over the years. So, what made Bill want to start the studio in 1973? Was it a deep appreciation for music or some other factor?
Well, I believe it would be another factor, although he, of course, loves music.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a photographer and had come here. He'd taken pictures of Three Dog Night and had come here to show them the pictures for an album cover and saw the place for the first time. And during the course of that visit, he decided that this would be kind of a neat place to have a rehearsal studio for bands to rehearse at. So he watched this building. He'd drive by, he said, every couple days, once a week, he'd drive by waiting for this place to become for sale. So he then saw a for sale sign on it one day, tore it down, called the number, and told the guy that he'd torn the sign down and he needed to talk to him. And the guy goes, "You tore my sign down?" And he goes, "Yes, I want to talk to you." So they met, and the rest is history. The old owner was very supportive of Bill when he started here, and he was very supportive of him. So he bought the place, and we were the second studio in Los Angeles, rehearsal studio.
Oh, wow, that's cool. So, with a long history of famous artists, who would you say was one of the most unique experiences?
Who would be? Well, I would say probably at least one of the most entertaining was when the Chili Peppers had their auditions here. They held auditions here. And it was really funny to see all these people. They had 4,000 responses to one little ad. The management was blown away. They couldn't believe that that many people responded to one little ad. They were looking for the guitar player. And it was when they got Dave Navarro into the band. And they pretty much had already decided that they were going to use him, but their management put this ad in, and 4,000 people responded. So we saw 1,000 a week through here, and the whole experience was just funny and bizarre, and just many characters came through here then. And finally, after 3 weeks of 3,000 people that had come through here, my husband Bill said, "Call them up, tell them that's it, no more, that's enough." We had concession stands in the parking lot out there. I mean, it was just really a zoo. So I called up the management and I said, "Hey, sorry, but we got to stop this. It's enough." And the woman goes, "Oh, thank God," on the phone. So nobody was really into it that much anymore. So we saw 3,000 people through here, and just the characters that came through and things that had happened. That was probably one of the more enjoyable times there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, do any of your earlier artists ever come back here to visit and reminisce in the past?
Well, yes, and a lot of the old original bands were getting their children that come through here in their bands, and I really find that just heartwarming. I love that. We're getting the children of the older people that have bands come through here.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that. And yes, we do still get people, like, for example, Jackson Brown still comes here. And he was rehearsing with a band, Dawes, in here. And I had to find something to do in the garage, which is on the other side of this wall, so that I could hear them. So I had something I had to do in the garage. And so my favorite song of Jackson Brown's "Every Man," and they ended up singing it that day. And so I just loved that. When they were done and taking a break, I came in here and I said, "Jackson, man, I just love that song, Every Man." And he stood for a minute. He says, "I think I wrote that song in here." in this room.
Wow.
So that really made my day.
Mhm.
That was fun.
That's
But we
good.
do get a lot of people that still come here and or their family, their children.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I would imagine being in business for over 40 years, the studio has had its ups and downs. What time period has been most trying?
Well, I would say the year after we lost our alleyway studio,
Mm.
um, that was kind of a crisis on our income
Yeah.
because that was kind of our profit. So ever since then, it's been trying in that way. Uh, and we just we don't have quite as much income as we used to.
Mhm.
So that was trying, getting used to that, how to
So,
deal with that.
yeah. So this kind of ties in with what you were just talking about, this next question. With the city of Los Angeles red tagging Alleyway in 1994, causing its closure, do you look back upon that as detrimental to the business as a whole, or did it simplify the ruining of the business? Did it in some way return the business back to its roots?
Well, we've always tried to maintain our roots here.
Right.
That's been very important. But losing Alleyway was just kind of sad. It
Mm-hmm.
was like the end of an era or something. There were artworks, things on the walls that we couldn't take with us. It was just a very sad time, that
Mm-hmm.
time, losing Alleyway. There were many, it was our largest studio,
Mm-hmm.
and many videos were shot there, music videos back then. It was a beautiful room, and it was just a very sad, tragic thing to have to close it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Um, Is there a specific time period that was extremely rewarding and reminded you why you should continue to carry on with the studio?
Well, I would say, I mean, to be honest, every day reminds me of what a precious place this is. I mean, I'm honored to be a part of it. And so every day I would just like people to somehow appreciate the magic that goes on here, the
Mm-hmm.
magic that is Allie.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so the music industry has changed considerably over the years, and much of today's musical landscape has shifted digital media and the internet. Do you feel this is detrimental to the process or beneficial? Some may say this takes away from the creative process, which is where Alley Music Studios has really shined in that respect.
Well, I think that we should take advantage
Mm-hmm.
of the internet for what it is. It reaches many, many people, and I find that that would be a market or a place where we do want to concentrate on. In fact, I think we're going to start doing some live streaming
Oh, really?
from here.
Wow.
So that's on the plate there to do pretty soon.
That'd be a really good idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
so.
I'm excited about it.
That's really cool. So, aside from what you do here at Alley Music Studios, what is it you and Bill enjoy doing in your free time?
Well, I'm looking forward to telling you about that.
Yeah, please do.
We ride in the sand dunes,
Mm-hmm.
usually at Pismo Beach, but we've been to many others in other states and such. But we just have such a good time out there riding like mad people out in the dunes,
Mm-hmm.
sand dunes, and jumping up 500-foot sand dunes or diving down into them. And we just have so much fun, and it's such a passionate sport. It's a family sport. You'll see families out there and little kids on little baby bikes,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's older kids on a little bigger bike, and then the adult bikes, and it's just a very healthy, wonderful sport, and we enjoy it immensely. And we have a group of people that we meet out there. We used to go once a month for
Mm-hmm.
12 years probably.
Didn't
On
you
the full moon the Wednesday closest to the full moon every month.
Didn't you get stuck out there one time?
Oh, we've been stuck out there many times. We used to, I mean, you could sit by, there's a creek that runs down into the ocean there.
Yeah.
And people used to get stuck. If you go on like high tide and there's a big creek, many people, got stuck, floated away. And you used to sit by, or people used to sit by there and egg people on, drinking beers and just watching people try to cross the creek. And so, we do get stuck out there. Many wonderful stories. We've saved lives out there. Bill saved a lot. We saved a life, or a couple times actually.
Wow.
Then lost one, but out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was beautiful because it was like he was doing something he enjoyed. It was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
So it was kind of neat. But we spent a lot of time there at Pismo riding the sand dunes. Also, we're very into hot rods.
Oh, nice.
And we've restored a 1937 Ford pickup. And it's just as cute as can be. We love that thing. And we go to car shows and such.
Mm-hmm.
I'm restoring a Sunbeam car now. It's a little sports car, the one that Get Smart used to drive in his shows.
Nice.
So it's cute. I'm working on that. It's going to be done before my birthday, like within a month or so. And that we do spend a lot of time with that on hot rod stuff.
Very cool. Is there anything else in your personal lives that you would like us to know about you and Bill?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, other than our love of music, but everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, it's a private studio more or less, or we started it as a private studio. We do still have the same unlisted phone number.
Oh wow.
For 42 years.
It's probably for a
so
good reason.
we've tried not to advertise. We've never really advertised, although we've been written in magazines and such before, but we don't advertise really. So it's kind of a hard place to find unless word of mouth comes to you, and that's really the most powerful form of advertising, really, I think, is the word of mouth. So that's about us. We're kind of private people, but we like to have fun.
Yeah, definitely. What are the plans for Alley Music Studios in the future? When you and Bill are no longer willing or able to carry on with the business, what will become of it?
Well, now that is an important question that we dwell on quite a bit. We don't have children, Bill and I.
Okay.
And there's really nobody, to inherit it. I hope that it maintains as a studio forever. It's like an institution. It's a historical site. People depend on us being here.
Yeah.
That we've been here so long. I like that. But there will be a time when Bill and I will want to, go somewhere else to retire.
Right.
And maybe I'll just be here once in a while for support. But I do hope that it stays as a studio forever. I've had important, well-known people that come here offer to buy it. Maybe they said, man, you have to buy this place. Keep it going. Keep it the same. And just this year, I've had a couple of different people offer that or kind of mention that. So I think that eventually it'll come down to selling it, hopefully, to someone who will maintain it as it is and love it like we do.
Absolutely. Are there any untold stories you would like to share with us today or give the viewer a better understanding of what the studio is really like and its significance to the music business?
Well, let's see. I mean, there's all kinds of little stories.
Yeah, anything
all kinds
special?
of stories. Well, okay, referring to the Chili Pepper audition here.
Okay.
We had a guy show up here up naked, just tan. He was a tanned fellow. And he showed up carrying a guitar by the neck like that, not in a case, just carrying this guitar. And he walks in. We did the auditions in the other studio, and then if they passed that, the Peppers were in here, and they could come jam with the Peppers in here. So he walks up and he hands the two kids that were doing the auditions, the guitar techs for the Chili Peppers, were holding the auditions. So he hands them a picture of him from here up, nice tan guy, and walks in with this guitar, and he says, "Hi." Hands in the picture and says, "I don't know how to play guitar, but I went and bought one, and here I am." Like, they're going to go, "Oh, you're the man. Send everybody home. You're the guy."
Right.
He didn't even know how to play guitar, and he wasted everybody's time and his own to stand in that big line for that, So it was, they laughed him out of the place. We hung the picture up on the wall down there for years, just to get a chuckle every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw another musician friend that had come to the auditions, and he was a Juilliard graduate, very, very well schooled and very good musician, professional musician. And he came, and he walks into the audition studio and sets down his amplifier and his guitars and says, "Okay, I'm here. What do you want me to play my own stuff? Or do you want me to play some pepper music, chili pepper music?" And they looked at each other and they said, "Well, we can jam in A, the key of A," because for 3 weeks, all I ever heard was jamming in A, the key of A, because the kids didn't know how to play guitar very well. And so our friend got insulted by the fact that, he's going for an important audition, and here's these kids that are doing it that don't even know how to, jam an A. And he got all upset. "Yeah, this guitar stomps out the gate." And I hear some commotion from upstairs when he was walking out. And I look out there and I see him stomping away with his guitar. And I heard later what had happened, that he was insulted by these people not knowing, what they're doing. And so he just left. So I thought it was cute. That was a fun 3 weeks, although it was rather hectic. But that was a good laugh. Oh gosh, there's so many, I wouldn't know where to start.
Now, what about Warren Zevon?
Bless his heart. Oh, what a gentleman, and what a wonderful man. He was here the week before he passed, but he was really into putting out his last album, which he didn't quite finish when he died. But he was just a wonderful, funny, just a brilliant musician.
Yeah.
He was great.
So I know you have one of his RIA records up there, and you said
they come, they give them to us.
Yeah.
If they worked on that album here, something like that, they'll give us an album.
And I know we can't see it, but there's a wall behind me. And what do you call this wall behind me with the sticks?
That mosaic is called "Hanging Industrial Trash Up Right Once."
Yeah.
And those are the scraps from when Bill built the alley. Those are just the construction scraps that people started sticking drumsticks in as high as they could reach. But that's the mosaic. And it looks pretty.
Yeah.
My husband Bill had told me one time, Shiloh, he says, if I'd have had money when I built alley, he said it'd probably look a lot different than it does now, because they scrounged stuff in the alleys and junk wood and made it the way it is. Right. And I remember thinking, well, I'm glad you didn't have a lot of money then, because it's beautiful the way it is. And he pretty much helped people that come in, and when he was doing a project here, he would have people come and help if they offered and they were capable. So it's really built on a lot of love from a lot of people.
That's wonderful.
In the beginning, but it's looked like it has pretty much now for a very long time.
Yeah.
I guess it's it works well, and if it does, don't fix it. Don't change it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I have one more question for you.
Sure.
Given its rich musical history, do you believe the studio should or will be preserved in some way?
Oh yes, as I had said earlier,
yeah.
I believe that it will be. There are so many people that depend on us and being here, and the history, the rich history here, I believe should be shared with others. And I think that whoever does take this on after Bill and I I believe they really will try to preserve it. So at least I hope so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to add? Any more stories? Anything you want to say?
Well, can't think of anything other than thank you for.
Oh, anything like Ozzy Osbourne?
Oh, well, there's Ozzy stories. There's. I didn't mention the Harley Davidsons.
Oh, okay.
We are big Harley people. At least Bill can't ride anymore.
Oh,
But we have 3 Harleys still. One I ride around a lot that I just love.
okay.
But we're very into the Harley thing. We're friends with Oliver Shoku, who started the Love Ride here in California, as well as all over the world now. They have Love Rides in Europe and Japan and all over. So we've been real into that. And we wrote a song, a Harley song, using the motor idling, the ba-da-dum, 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 as the rhythm through the whole song, and wrote a really cool Harley song, the whole history of Harley Davidson.
Oh,
And it's
wow.
really good. But so we're very into Harleys too. We love riding and that sort of thing. So I almost forgot to say that.
Yeah, I think I heard about you having Harleys out there.
Yeah, I'll
So-
show you. I'll show you them later.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's about it. Oh, I love plants. The
That's
other
cool.
building studio is covered in plants, the roof garden. So we have a lot of plants, as you may have noticed walking in here. I love plants, so it's a big part of us here, around here.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for your time, and it's been a pleasure having, being here and letting me interview you. So I just want to thank you so much for doing that, Shiloh. It's been wonderful.
Well, you're so welcome, and thank you for coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you.